The United Nations is an impartial and trusted partner, supporting the government and the people of Uganda achieve their development aspirations outlined in the National Development Plan, Vision 2040, and the Agenda 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. But how much do the people of Uganda know about the United Nations and the SDGs? Let us find out.
Ekitongole ky'amawanga amagatte kusinziira ku bbanga lyemaze mu kitundu kino najjamu nga ndi lubuto mbadde nfuna emmere ey'obwereere mbadde enywa n'omwana wange ne mulabirira bulungi.
For example, when there is an outbreak of war, so when they always come in to help people with the food and the rest of the things.
UN is an organization comprised of many nations, as in the word United Nations.
An umbrella under which most states in worldwide subscribe to.
It is a charity organization that helps does most of the orphanage work.
Normally provides food to people who are suffering from hunger.
With the refugees, it has provided them food.
I've heard of Rose Malango.
World Food Program.
The one I know most is UNICEF.
I know UNHCR.
We can see the World Food Program.
I know a number of UN agencies. I know UN Women that deals with women. I know UN Human Rights that deals with international human rights affairs.
I know about the World Health Organization, the Food and Agriculture Organization.
One is the Norwegian Refugee Council, two is UNFPA.
The current UN General Secretary is Antonio Guterres.
Kofi Annan, I know that one.
The current UN Secretary General is Ban Ki-moon.
Antonio Guterres.
What I know is an Arab, but I don't know his name very well.
Antonio Guterres.
I don't know the UN Secretary General, but I know he's from Portugal.
It talks about gender, education, environment.
One of the goals, I think, is having that world peace around the world, then also fighting those diseases that are always coming up, breakout diseases that are always coming up in the world.
These are goals that are undertaken to carry out development in areas where UN is supporting, like in refugee camps.
The most sustainable development goal I like most is maternal child health, because through it, we are able to deliver mothers safely.
Never crossed my mind.
They talk about health, they talk about education, they talk about environment, all the things I know about them, at least I've come across them.
The one I like most is the one which I'm implementing. Yeah, that is promoting maternal and child health.
Yeah, what I know about sustainable development is the development goal is about people access to their rights of living, then their access to their development, like to their daily needs, housing, medical.
Meeting the dire humanitarian needs at time of crisis.
I would mention about addressing hungers in crisis-affected areas like where there are landslides. Talk about Bududa.
Itasizanga bano abataina webabeera neba wakomere bichinga.
Fighting some of the viruses in the country, like Ebola, Cholera.
I know UN assists refugees. That's what I know mainly.
Well, it has managed to to help out specifically for the refugees. They've at least gotten a chance to survive.
17 of them that the UN has to achieve. Some of them are zero hunger, poverty, partnerships, water and sanitation. Yeah.
One majorly is about zero hunger, fighting zero hunger worldwide.
UNFPA mandate is about saving life. That is in humanitarian setting. Really, the development goals, UNFPA is make it better for saving lives for women, children, and all the pregnancies are wanted.
UN has helped to contribute to the SDG of empowering the youth.
I would mention about addressing hungers in crisis-affected areas like where there are landslides. Talk about Bududa.
It has actually contributed to, it has reduced on the deaths of women giving birth.
I think zero hunger, still zero down to zero hunger, and then fighting poverty.
By facilitating the staffs out here in the field to go to the various locations as and when and where their duty calls them to go.
I've contributed a lot as a person because I spend a lot of my time in seeing that the refugees in the camps are served.
Like for instance, if there is we are handling refugees, in case of any influx of the refugee, our response are always very fast. So that is the best way. We are also trying to ensure that the refugees also have adequate food in time of need.
According to the grade of being a driver, I really support, and I've come to learn how all these goals are useful and helpful to humanitarian. I found it very good, and I support accordingly, even when we are when the program, people are doing their programs, I also make sure I support them according to how I've been used to this project.
We receive food from local patches. We also receive food from the region. We also receive food internationally. It is stored in Tororo and then delivered to the Uganda country office activities, with WFP activities. But on top of that, as Tororo, we also support in NFIs, because we have an NFI warehouse here, which we store like prefabs, which are sold to UN agencies and the international NGOs within the region, and also in Uganda.
UN as a whole, or UN and its daughters, have to let people know what they do. Let people know their mandates and the difference between their mandate internationally and locally.
I think they should involve leaders when they are doing their work, other than depending on the foreigners, because it is the local people who know the problems that are affecting the local population.
They should make us know about them, tell us more, because most of us just know United Nations, but we don't know, we just stop the United Nations.
UN agencies can put their resources in order to improve the issue of environment. It will be much better.
To put more emphasis on helping the people of the nation also, because also people of different nations are having different problems, not only the refugees that are being concentrated on, but also the human beings who are also here in the country.